Welcome to School Talk at WJHI Studios on September 8th, 2023. I'm Abigail Hammock, and with me today is Superintendent of Greater Clark County Schools, Mark Loeffner. Hi, Mr. Loeffner. How are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me in. I really appreciate it.
Of course, it's glad to be back here with you again in the new year. Let's start with facilities. Can you share with us the progress? What's going on with the facilities? Where are we at right now?
Absolutely. We've had a busy summer. We had the privilege over the summer of doing 2 groundbreakings for 2 new elementaries, one in Charlestown Elementary, the groundbreaking, and they're started construction on that now. Also Pike Elementary here in Jeffersonville, they've started construction on that, did the groundbreaking. We did the grand opening of the tennis facility, which looks fantastic. Then we're currently working on final drawings for the natatorium / locker room for here at Jeffersonville High School. And then also we're currently finishing up the drawings for the new Parkwood Elementary that'll be in Clarksville, that'll replace the old Parkwood. So there's a lot going on, a lot of other smaller projects that are going on still too. At North Haven, we added classrooms. They're also finishing up the new gym there. There's some projects going on at River Valley where they're renovating the old pool into classrooms, science labs, STEM labs, and also office space and a new entry there. And then they'll move to Charlestown Middle School where they're going to do some renovations out there. Both those schools, River Valley and Charlestown Middle, will get new gym floors. They'll get rid of the old vinyl floors that are in the gym. So we're thrilled with what's going on. It's been really busy. A lot of construction meetings that we've been involved with. I've sat in 7 this week, just working through all the details of all these projects and the drawings. So we're really excited about what's to come here in Greater Clark.
And everybody I've talked to from our district and other districts have been very impressed with the tennis courts, and they'll be even more impressed when they see all of the new schools and renovations to the schools.
Absolutely.
However, our next topic is going to be about the school calendar. People have wondered some changes on the school calendar, so let's talk about that for a little bit.
Absolutely, and we know that's never going to make everyone happy, and half the people will be upset, and half the people will be happy with it. Leading up to this school year, we had a lot of concern shared with us about how early we were starting. Also, some concern about from our teachers in terms of for the elementary kids especially, when you have 2-week breaks, the impact that has on elementary students. It's almost like starting over after 2 weeks off with the little ones. And so we put out some calendar options. We surveyed the staff, we've surveyed the parents. That survey was closed on Friday, on Monday. We looked at the results, and the winner was Calendar C by about 300 votes. So Calendar C is the calendar where student starts on August 1st and ends on May 21st. We only have 1 week of spring break, 1 week of fall break, 2 weeks of winter break, and then the 3 days of Thanksgiving. So it sort of goes back to more of a traditional style calendar. Like I said, that calendar, when we looked at the survey results, won by about 300 votes. I will tell you it will also help us with construction because it gives us a little more time during the summer to finish some things up. We know it's going to be a little bit of a change, I think, but while we don't have as many breaks during the school year, we are starting school next year August 1st, and we will finish by May 21st. So that's well before Memorial Day, and all students and staff will get a complete 2 months off. During the summer, so which we think that's a positive.
And that's a big positive. As someone who plays sports, my breaks, the fall break and spring break, aren't really breaks for me. I have games and practices, and I love summer, and I feel like every kid loves summer break as well as parents. So that big change will be very amazing for those who need it.
Yeah, we realize it's not going to make everyone happy, but we did get a lot of feedback. We had about 2,500 votes for the 3 different calendars. I believe the Calendar C ended up with about 1,200.
Oh my goodness.
And Calendar A will finish second with about 900 votes. So we tried to get as much feedback as we could and listen to the comments. We feel like this will be a real solid calendar that sort of meets the criteria. one thing people have to understand, it's state statute that we have to go to school for 180 days. And to try to have 2 weeks of fall break, 2 weeks of spring break, and other breaks and still start in August and finish by Memorial Day is almost
difficult.
Impossible. So, there were some things that we had to make tough decisions on.
Right, and it overall is just an amazing decision. I mean, the data doesn't lie. A lot of people loved Calendar C, and fitting that all in is amazing.
Yep.
And beating the impossible.
Well, Calendar A was very concerning because in Calendar A, we would have started school on July 24th.
Oh, wow.
And teachers would have started on July 22nd with Calendar A, which is what we're currently doing in terms of more of a balanced calendar. So that's a really early start date.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited for Calendar C. I think it'll be a good calendar, and once everybody gets used to it, we'll move forward pretty smoothly.
I feel as if there's only going to be good changes
Yep.
coming out of this calendar.
Yep.
And we are here on School Talk at WJHI Studios with our GCCS Superintendent Mark Loeffner talking about the construction development and updates to GCCS schools. Okay, so we've talked about the facilities and the calendar. Let's shift more what's most important, the people. Please bring us the date on the bus drivers and paraprofessionals contracts.
Absolutely. We did something new to Greater Clark this year as far as bargaining. We did a lot of pre-bargaining leading up to the official start date of bargaining, and it was very productive. We were able to come to terms with our bus drivers and our paraeducators, and those contracts have already gone to the board. Our bus drivers are getting a $4 an hour increase in pay, $3 the first year and $1 the second year of the contract. Our paraeducators are getting a $3 increase, $2 the first year and $1 the second year of the contract. And just late last week, we came to terms with our teachers. I can't go into great detail about that yet, other than to say our teachers and our other groups are also going to get substantial raises. I can tell you that our teachers will get the biggest raise, I believe, over the next 2 years that they've ever gotten in Greater Clark. So we feel good about what we're going to do for our employees in terms of compensation, and it also will keep us competitive in the marketplace in the area in terms of teacher pay, para pay, bus driver pay, and plus our employees deserve it. They work really hard. They have tough jobs. Our teachers and paras and bus drivers, all our employees do a great job with our schools and our kids, and they deserve the pay that they're going to get. So we're very happy. All that will come out. We can't officially agree to a teacher contract till after September 15th. So it can't go to the board till after September 15th. That's a state rule. But we're very happy with what we've agreed to and what will go to the board, hopefully, once the teachers ratify it, to where we can really increase the compensation for our teachers. And we've already done it for our other employees.
And as a student and a child of an educator, it's very refreshing to see how much you care about those teachers, and they need the raises, that that they like that. And that goes back to the students as well. The more teachers that want to come, the more education we all get. Overall, it's just very refreshing for all of us.
Well, I appreciate that, because to me, the most important person in a classroom in terms of student achievement is that teacher, standing in front of the students and what that teacher does. In order to keep our teachers and also attract new teachers, we need to pay them, and we need to pay them well. We've been working very hard as a district to get our budget right to where we can compensate our employees at a high level. And I think you'll see that as these contracts come out.
And speaking of competition between school systems, I'm sure as many people know, there were some issues with other school systems at the beginning of the year. Can you tell us a little bit how the beginning of the year started up with Greater Clark?
I've been in Greater Clark for 19 years, and I will say this is the best start of a school year that I've ever had, whether it's as a principal at Parkview or principal at Charlestown High or now as a superintendent. Mr. Borders did a fantastic job with transportation, and getting that going at the start of the year. Staffing-wise, we had a few positions open, but not many. We have great leadership in place with our principals, assistant principals, our executive cabinet team at the administration level building. And really, it's been a great start to the school year. We've had very few problems, and our enrollment's up. It looks like our enrollment's up a little over 100 students across the district. So it's been really positive so far this first little over a month of the school year.
Well, congratulations to you for having the best year to come, and hopefully they only go better from there. Mr. Loeffner, thank you so much for coming in today. We look forward to having you back soon. And thank you for watching. You can see the replay of School Talk on a multitude of platforms here at WJHI Studios. You can see it throughout the week on channel 184, on the radio at 98.5, and WJHI.com. Sorry, a little sorry. As well as our Facebook page, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. For Mark Loeffner, I'm Abigail Hammock, saying so long until next time with another WJHI production here at the home of the Red Devil Network.